This is a live update from the Supreme Court ruling on Nnamdi Kanu. Lawyers are said to be barred from entering the premises. The supporters of Nnamdi Kanu are not happy with the way the DSS and the police is treating everyone that is at the court premises. Some lawyers have been barred from entering, which is the usual practice of the Nigerian government. It is unfortunate that this is happening at this point in time. So the lawyer counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Ejiofor, is briefing journalists on the updates at the Supreme Court.
My brother, up at Supreme Court, you can know. I'm at Supreme Court, and there are coaches that now lawyers cannot enter. The whole place is very dry. The road were completely barricaded. Lawyers were turned back. Muna fine boy, one no do, and other lawyers not on our team. We are stopped from entering. It took serious intervention before they allowed me and fine boy to enter. They stopped the other lawyers, stopped the other people at the gates. They didn't let them enter. As I'm talking to you, they didn't let them enter. This Supreme Court, look at how dry it is. Ordinary ruling. They are stopping lawyers from entering courts, stopping people from entering the court for ordinary ruling. If any man in this country, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But I've been able to enter. I'm heading inside the court now. You can see how dry the whole place is.
We have a whole lot of non-lawyers here who came to court today to show or to demonstrate solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu, a distinguished senator representing his senatorial constituency. But you see, the ruling today was in part disappointing and in part satisfactory. A lot of people might say it's a bit ambiguous. So I'm going to speak very briefly so that I do not preempt what is going to come out of the registry of the court. We are going to promptly apply for certified true copies of what the justice stated in court today. But some things that he made clear were as follows. That number one, Nnamdi Kanu was enjoying his bail when his house was invaded, and that was wrong. If you recall, we had obtained a judgment in 2022 at the High Court in Abia State, awarding him 1 billion. So this indirectly affirms that judgment. And that the manner of bringing him into Nigeria was also wrong. But despite all of that, the Supreme Court found cause to send this case back to the Federal High Court. And sending it back to the Federal High Court is actually called remission. And when they remit with instructions. We don't know yet what those instructions are because we don't have certified true copies of the judgment and the judgment order. So in days to come, that will be available and it will be made available to the press.
Okay, please, when the judge said yes, appeal and cross appeal, what does it mean? Well,
the government appealed against the discharge granted by the Court of Appeal, and we cross-appealed, okay, against the stay of execution granted by the Court of Appeal. So these were the issues. But what came out was that the revocation of his bail was wrong. So this, in fact, has created a basis to further seek his release, through some other means.
So the judge is saying that the trial should continue. What does it mean for your team now?
Well, basically, it's going to continue or it's going to proceed in accordance with the instructions the Supreme Court has issued. And those instructions will be clearer when we get them in writing. So the judge or the Federal High Court judge will have to be restricted within those. It's called a remission. So they have to carry out, the Federal High Court has to carry out the strict instructions of the Supreme Court.
Okay, thank you very much.
The long and short of the matter is that Nnamdi Kanu will continue his trial at the courts. According to the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal was wrong to say that the Federal High Court can no longer try Mr. Kanu. The court held the appeal is allowed and the cross appeal is dismissed. In the unanimous decision, the Supreme Court said Mr. Kanu's forcible repatriation from Kenya in June 2021 by the Nigerian government did not rob the trial court of jurisdiction to entertain the IPOB leader's trial. Our law is that evidence illegality obtained is valid before the court. A violation of Mr. Kanu's right should have been by way of civil proceedings. That is not our law for now, Mr. Abubakar declared. He also ruled that there is no legislation that provides in Nigeria that trials should stop where the prosecution does something illegal against the defendant while standing trial. There is a civil remedy, Mr. Abubakar said. The judgment also implies an effective reversal of the previous decision of the Court of Appeal ordering the release of Mr. Kanu from detention. The Nigerian government had repatriated Mr. Kanu from Kenya after the Federal High Court in Abuja ordered the IPOB leader's arrest for jumping bail in 2017. Mr. Kanu was being tried before Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja for terrorism. The Court of Appeal in Abuja on 13 October 2022 dismissed the terrorism and treasonable felony charge filed against Mr. Kanu on the basis of his agitation for the secession of a Biafra Republic comprising of 5 southeast states and parts of neighboring states from Nigeria. After all said and done, Nnamdi Kanu won't be released but face trial at the High Court. He will continue his trial with Binta Nyako, treasonable charges and also jumping bail. Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention since 2021. I would say he has been in the custody of the DSS since 2021, and he has not been properly tried, looking at the different verdicts from the different courts. Appeal court gave a verdict that he should be free, but now the Supreme Court has reversed that verdict. The news of Nnamdi Kanu still ongoing trial. I don't know what are your reactions. What do you think? What's your say on this matter? How do you feel about the justice system? But Nigerians of late have lost faith in the judiciary, and what do you expect from a justice system that the people no longer trust? Reacting to the Supreme Court judgment, Great Oracle says the Supreme Court has missed the opportunity of staying on the sides of constitutionality and protect the right of a citizen against illegal rendition. Can't understand why the Supreme Court chose not to follow established global decisions. It is not just a good day for the southeasterners and Biafrans expecting that IPOB leader would be released today. It's a great joy for them, but their hopes have been dashed. The federal government does not show interest in delivering justice to Nnamdi Kanu, and they are willing to go to the ends of the earth to try him for treason. It is known fact that no justice yet.